Don't we like looking at half of David's face?
Yeah, what's going on there, dude?
That's better. Now it's like
I like the half better.
It's like The Shining. All right. This is episode number 6. Let's get started. Welcome to episode number 6 of Sipping with Cip on a cold Sunday night.
It sounds weird not saying BS.
Yeah, well, we don't do a lot of BS on this podcast. That's
really
safe for the other. That's for
Sipping the BS with Cip.
Sipping the BS. I don't know if we want to do that. All right, Coach. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. How are you guys?
Good. Well, I'm good. Peachy. Nolan, you need an adjective to describe you.
Here we go.
He doesn't know what an
adjective is. Do we need to define the
is.
word for you?
I need to. Well, I'm thinking of who could possibly watch this podcast.
My mom, for sure. My mom.
Your mom?
Then I'm glad I just went. Wah.
Is she really? That's
She
cool.
literally, she'll text me
Hi,
every
Mom.
week.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, Susan. So she texts me every Sunday. Hey, are you going to do the Sipping with Cip podcast? It's like, yes, every Sunday, Mom. So she looks forward.
We got
to this.
one fan.
That's awesome.
She's a big fan.
Where does she live?
New London, Texas.
Has she been to games?
She's been to some. Yep.
And you haven't introduced her to us.
I don't think she's been to that many. Not a lot of home games. It's more away. Yeah.
Well, Mom Susan, if you come to an Allen Eagle game this year, come sit with us. You can listen to all the things we say about your son.
And you can't miss this. We're front row, dead center, and we're the ones giving your son a hard time.
I love it. She's coming. I just want y'all to know that. That's a real invitation.
All right, that's awesome. We'll even give her a BEBC memento. How about that? She can
There
take
we
home
go.
and put back
She'll
in New
love it.
London.
She'll love it.
All right, Coach. Another week has gone by, and you had 2 district games this week. First one on Tuesday night, you traveled over to Prosper to play Rock Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a minute. I think I did make that schedule like I did last week. Let me just find it here. And this thing's always so tough to find. I should be more prepared, but I'm not. Sorry.
We've been football on all day.
Those are good games.
Tomorrow night,
Who we got really quick? Indiana or
Indiana.
Indiana.
Well,
Indy.
Boston says the U. I'm just saying. That's Boston's pick.
well, my brother is a huge U fan, and he actually came out here and we went to the Cotton Bowl when they played Ohio State a couple weeks ago. So just for my brother, I'm gonna say let's root for the U.
There we go.
Here. So there you go. All right, here's first game. Allen 65, Rock Hill 42. One of the things you notice really,
there's a player missing off there that usually on there who scores. I wonder why.
you're really gonna go there. I can't believe
I gotta give him a little crap for all that.
Oh my gosh. All right. It was a coach's decision. So there we go.
Absolutely. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
So you look at that though, and you see what is there? 10 players score.
Yeah.
And my first question to you is would you rather see this or would you rather see 3 or 4 guys that are just filling up the box?
Oh, for sure. This. I think it's one preaches of our philosophy of team over everything, putting others first. I think when you have 5 guys on the court that can really score, it's harder to scout and it's harder to stop. And I think it's a better brand of basketball and it's a more complete brand. And in my last 15 years coaching, this has kind of been the makeup of all of my teams. I've had some really good, really talented guys who can really score the basketball, but they understand making the right pass. They don't take bad shots. They're really about the team and making others better around them. And once again, that's a testament to the other guys on the team. If the other guys couldn't score, they wouldn't pass them the ball, or you wouldn't see this type of balance. But it's been a recipe of success for us over the past 15 years. A cool stat, like DJ, for example, Thomas, who played for me last year, he averaged 12 points a game as a senior. And he had 18 the other night against Houston in the Big 12. So it just goes to show, like, you can still do that and be a really good basketball player and play at a high level. It's just all about playing the game the right way. And our guys have really bought into that. And I think that's led to team success.
And I know this changes from week to week or from game to game, actually. But do you keep track of minutes, or do you try to limit minutes?
For sure. We as we are trying to figure out, and I think we have a good idea of kind of who needs to play how much for us to be really successful. We look at a lot of analytical data on synergy of, roster efficiency and per minute guys, plus minuses. So we're always trying to balance that and navigate, those things. And we know that Neo's more efficient. We're more efficient when he's in this window. We have to play him a little bit more. He becomes a little bit more inefficient, and we become more inefficient. So we try to find unique ways to get guys rest and guys, just some blow minutes here and there. And sometimes the game doesn't allow us to do that because of foul trouble and whatnot. Sometimes guys have a hot game and you want to ride them, but for the most part, we try to very much consistently stick with that.
One of the And I'm interested in your answer on this one, and I just noticed it, and I didn't do the Plano numbers yet. And again, I keep numbers, and I know mine aren't official, but in this game, I only had your guys taking 14 2-point shots and 33 3-pointers. And I read your article in the Allen American. I think he said you wanted at least half of your shots to be threes, or it just seems like sometimes that gets a little out of whack, and I don't know if it's just a matter of who's open, or what's your philosophy this year as far as that goes?
We just want to take good shots, and wherever good shots come from, we're gonna shoot it. We're not gonna hesitate to say we're taking too many threes. I think we're the best 3-point shooting team in the country. I think all of our teams have been in the last couple of years. All 5 guys we put on the floor can shoot a 3. Our last game, we just played 9 different guys hit a 3, which is kind of unheard of. We have 3 guys shooting the three ball over 40% in district. As a team, we're almost shooting at 40%. And the rest of our district somewhere in like the 20 to 25 range. I would like that number to be a little bit more 50-50. We're about 57, 58% 3-point attempt rate, but a lot of that has to do with zones as well. A lot of teams are zoning us, trying to slow us down, trying to keep Neo out the paint. So I think that's leading to us moving the ball around and taking more threes. But if it's a good shot, if we're in rhythm, if it's open, I don't really care what shot it is. I'm going to believe in the guy who's taking it. And, obviously, from a fan's perspective, you could say, hey, they're shooting so many threes, you're going to shoot yourself out. But from our identity, we just want to take good shots, and we work on these things. And, that's kind of the nucleus of who we are.
Just a reminder on this game, and I noticed it kind of bled over into the Plano game too. Mm-hmm. First quarter, the score was 13-11, and then the second quarter rolls around, and you outscore them 16-5. And I don't know, was a change on something on defense, or guys just stepping up, or what? But when we talked a couple of weeks ago about when you start limiting the teams to under 10 points a quarter, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah. And I think that had something to do with more of the offensive side of the ball. I think, Plano came out in a 3-2 zone. They haven't shown it all year. They ran a little bit of a 2-3. They ran man about 85% of the season. So I think we had a slow start just because they did something we weren't expecting, and it took the guys a minute to kind of get in rhythm. I mean, when you take uncharacteristic shots, or you're struggling to get rhythm offensively and score the ball, then you're playing transitionally defensively the whole game, or at least that quarter. Once we found rhythm and started scoring, it allowed us to set our defense, and then we became more productive after that.
Well, he sure shut down their Super Bowl minute there. After that first quarter, they were just like having a party and so excited. And I turned to the people next to me and said, "Just give it a few minutes. Watch, they'll be down and crying in a few minutes." Sure enough, they
I
were.
appreciate the confidence, David.
Yeah.
I was supposed to burn another timeout. I was like, holy moly, we could not score right now.
Yeah.
We just got to keep this thing rolling. And once again, they settled in. I know you guys, and we'll talk probably about him in a minute, but I thought that second unit, when they came in, did a good job of finding space and spots and just kind of turned up the notch intensity wise and, helped us regain that lead.
Yeah, after like you said, a slow start, you were down 18-10 at the end of the first, and in the Plano game, which I just scrolled over to on the score sheet here, you outscored those guys 23-5 in the second quarter, and took a 10-point lead at halftime, which basically you just rolled out the rest of the game with that 10-point lead. So you were right though; they got some bigs, and they got that freshman guy who can really play.
He's good.
He ended up with 20.
Yeah.
Thank God Shaq was hurt or something.
I know that they had three bigs. And like you said, the backup was hurt, and that would have just given them a little bit more depth in that spot. But I thought we did such a good job of taking away the bigs.
Yeah.
They literally never scored when they threw it inside. We forced 7 turnovers out of those things. So I thought we did a really good job of executing that. And then on the flip side, we let their guards get a little bit too deep in the paint, and then number 1 got going and kept them in the game. He's going to be a really special player. He's going to be a handful for the next few years. But I thought we just once again locked into a plan, kept it simple, executed that plan, and found a way to come up with a win.
That kid will be. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. They actually beat Plano East in your. Plano East in your tournament, didn't they?
Not Plano East. They beat McKinney Boyd.
McKinney, yeah.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they were ranked number 6 at the beginning of the year. They were on a hot streak early. So they, once again, just a really talented team. And we've just kind of found our rhythm and, we're able to come up with a win.
Yeah, don't worry about that freshman. He'll be in a prep school next year, so he'll be out of there.
I hope so. for us, he's going to be good.
Y'all can handle those guys. You typically do a pretty good job on a guy that has, or on a team that has something like that. I want to talk for a minute on this one again. You had 10 guys score, which
love it.
And 3 guys with 8, and Neo and Brandon Ellerby, and just I know we talked about him again, or last week. We want to talk about him again. It just seems Mr. Ellerby has found a groove. Because what I do is when I start doing all these stats, I start seeing these stat sheets on the columns for each player. And when they start filling up, I'm like, okay, you got to take a look at what this kid's doing, And I had him with 5 out of 6 from 2, and he hit a 3, and at least 7 or 8 rebounds. And it's when you're going up against those bigs. He's not the tallest kid out there, but he sure works awful hard.
He really does. And, we're not a big team. So him and Dylan, they're typical like big wings and guards at the college level. And those guys had to really fight in front and push the bigs out and block out all. They've done such a good job. They're just tough kids, both of those, Dylan and Brandon. And Brandon's starting to really find his groove. He's kind of a confidence kid. And when he's confident, he plays really well. And you could tell of late, like he's as confident as they come. And he's not overthinking, and he's playing fast and free. And you get to see his athleticism. You get to see, bits and pieces of how special he really is. And I'm excited about as he continues to project. That just makes us so much better. So we're definitely going to need him to keep playing that way for us to make a run.
And he did all that with no fouls.
Yeah.
And that's really impressive.
It is. And I really challenged him earlier in the year. His minutes weren't quite as high because just fundamentally he was out of position and would put himself in some bad spots. And he's so athletic and he's so tough. I really challenged him to be a better defender and to kind of find this role of being a glue guy, being just an ultra competitor. And if he can do that, he's going to play a whole lot more. And He's going to see his efficiency go way up, and he bought into that and really listens, super coachable, and it's paying off for him.
It goes back. Yes, it goes back to make me think. I'm going to ask you a question about when you go through tryouts and you've got a ton of kids that want to play for you now.
Yeah.
What's certainly you want guys that can score, but I just think that you make sure that anybody that's on this team plays pretty strong defense. I mean,
you have to. Yeah. So
yeah.
we've yeah. Keep going.
No, I was just going to say. So what's the I don't know percentage you can put on each, or just because some people are obviously going to be better than others at it, but it just seems like that you get any kid out there and y'all switch all the time. And so like say Neo ended up on the big guy from Boyd the other night, and it's just like you're not afraid to have anybody on anybody because they play such tough defense.
Yeah. To me, when I start evaluating a kid, and no matter your size has nothing to do with anything. With other coaches, it might, and obviously I'm a small guy, so I love the small guys myself. But guys like Neo and Shion, and we've had some really good kids, and that's really the toughest part of my job is cutting. Like it's like the one part I hate about what I do, because we have to unfortunately cut really good kids and kids that can really play high school basketball and should play high school basketball. So we have to make a lot of hard decisions. But when I start evaluating those things, one of the main things I look at is how tough is a kid. You don't have to be the most athletic. You don't have to be the defensively. I need you just to be tough. So if I do switch you off on a big, or you're just going to back up and give up space and not try to fight or have a grit about you, or you're going to lock in and really do your best to stand them up and fight and really block out. So a lot of that is just a toughness thing we're looking for. And toughness goes with your stats. Toughness goes into talking. It's a lot of those little things. And if you can do those things, I can make you a good defender. But if you refuse to do those things, I'm like, you'll just never get on the court for us, no matter how good you can shoot or how special your offensive ability is. You just won't be able to do that. And a prime example, when I got here, I inherited a kid named Dylan Archie. And he might have been, you guys loved him, but he might have been one of the toughest kids I've ever been around. He was fearless, would stick his nose in any situation. He would come up with loose balls. So those are the guys we really, really like. Bennett Mosley, I get to coach him for another 3 years. 2 years after this, and he's one of the toughest sophomores I've ever been around, and I could just go down the list of different guys on our team, but they're all tough and they all are resilient, and they're going to make you earn everything, and when we're piecing together a team, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Well, it was another good week. As you can see on the stat sheet here, you're now 15-4 on the year. You've won 9 of your last 10. 6 in a row, that lone loss being the one to Shadow Creek in the tourney. And then as we proceed to the district standings, you are leading the district. Whoops. Y'all still there? Leading the district at 7-1. Mm-hmm. When you look at this, and again, you just beginning of the year, is this kind of falling the way you thought it was going to fall at this point, halfway point?
For us, or for just
everybody? The whole district.
Yeah,
I know for you it better be where you thought.
One surprise, I knew McKinney would be up there. They're old, they have talent. East, they have a great culture. They're well coached. I didn't know how good they would be. Fighting for that second spot, I'm impressed because he graduated the big kid, but their culture and how hard they play, is really paying off. I'm really shocked at West. The coach over at West, Nick Shaw, he's a buddy of mine, and he's doing a really good job. They returned one kid from last year's team. I mean, literally one kid played high school or varsity basketball last year, and to see them in the playoff mix, to me, is highly impressive. Just some of the stuff he's doing. I knew Boyd would be in the mix, Plano would be in the mix, Princeton. They're older in depth chart of their team, so I knew they would be fighting for some spots. I knew it would be kind of just a rat race with those guys. And Rock Hill and Prosper, super talented teams, but they've lost. Both of them lost their star player to a prep school or another school. going into this season. So I knew it would be a little tougher for them to score. But Prosper lost to one by Boyd the other night. So they've taken 4 teams either in overtime or, a single-digit loss. So they're close.
Yeah, because Nolan, you went to that, the one that a 4-point win right before Christmas on a Tuesday. That was a Tuesday afternoon game. Yeah, that was Allen. And so you're sitting atop 7-1. Your lone loss, as we all know, was to McKinney.
Correct. We play Tuesday
on a night when several people were sick. Neo left the game sick. And now you've got a chance to, as both you and your wife told us Tuesday night, to beat the soul out of them this week. So
that's my wife talking. I would love to beat the soul out. I want to beat the soul out of everybody, but it's a cool rivalry game. At Allen, I don't feel like we have a true rival. I feel like we get everybody's best and everybody doesn't like us. So in my head, I just try to think of like, oh yeah, they're our rival. They're who we're going against this year, just to get me amped up and give me some extra motivation that I can give the guys. So we're really looking forward to this game.
And it is at McKinney on Tuesday night, 7:00.
Yeah.
McKinney, their district record 6-2, but they've stumbled a little bit, in the tournament. Didn't they lose their first or second game in the tournament as well? I think they lost their first one, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. They did.
Yeah. And they've, their 2 losses. God, who are their 2 losses? Y'all hang on.
The Plano West and McKinney Boyd.
Really? They lost to Boyd.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, they're 14-6 overall.
Beat us in East.
Yep.
Yep.
So they have the tiebreaker over East, and right now they own the tiebreaker over y'all. So it is a very important game, obviously. Keep y'all in first place.
Absolutely.
And you'll have a healthy squad this time around, which will help. And I know we're not going to see like 14 layups in the first period either, like we did last time.
We better not.
Or as many missed free throws as we did.
Yeah, we're actually shooting it really well of like free throw wise.
Yeah, we have. It's been awesome.
In the game execution's been better. You can tell this team's growing up. And it's every week we're getting a little bit more mature, really learning how to win, learning how to finish games, learning what it takes. So it's been cool to see the jump of the maturity of this group. Man, I'm so proud. I don't say this enough, but I'm so proud of my senior group. I think I might have said it last time, but there's some kids in there that if you just look at them, they don't pass your typical Allen basketball playing eye test, and they're just winners like Jacob and Austin and Cade and those guys. They're really, really impacting winning at a high margin, and Shion, and I can go on and on with that group, and they're really holding us together, and those juniors are coming right along. So it's been fun.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing we had talked about earlier in the year was you were finding ways to grab a lead, and then you had issues with maintaining it.
Right.
And you find ways to win, but it was just that middle of the game slump that just and that seemed to have gone away over the course of the last 10 games. I mean, you've pretty much done what you need to do to grab a lead, keep it, and not suffer that slump. Yeah.
We've done a good job of understanding why those leads go away and watching film and just trying to hit the nail on the head with a hammer and here are things that, and we talk about too, like out of a timeout when we pick up a lead, my first question, hey, how can we lose this lead? Turnover ball. All right, we got to take care of this basketball. All right, what else? Quick shots that are bad shots. Okay, we can't take quick shots. All right, not getting bad. So we try to constantly remind them of, hey, stay locked in. This is what we need to do. These are things we got to avoid here. So just giving them those constant reminders, I think, has helped. And once again, they're becoming more mature and really understanding what it is as a staff we won and, how to really win a game.
Yep. Okay, so if you take Neo off the court as your floor leader, who do you look to, or who do you see as stepping up now at this point? Halfway through district, that's really kind of assuming that role as well.
Just a point guard role or just my leader role?
Your leader, yeah, just anybody. Who, yeah.
I say it's by committee, to be honest with you, because Neo is so impactful. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but I think Kay, Jacob, Austin, those seniors, they really want to win, and they want this senior year to be really special. Shion does it in a different way. He doesn't get as much playing time as some of those guys, but he really is so impactful from him coaching and his ability to be in practice and tell guys where to go. And he's probably my highest IQ guy we have. And then guys like Dylan, Kadarian, Gio, Brandon, those guys, they're really stepping up and learning how to lead and learning how to do things. And I don't know if I told y'all this at the beginning of the year, but we select captains, and captains get to make certain decisions. And we have captain meetings. We try to do it once a week with those guys. And I try to take them through some classes and understand, what goes into being a captain. And Neo was selected, okay. Shion was selected, but Bennett was our third, and it was unanimous. So he actually really holds us together, and for a sophomore, that's hard, and his maturity is well beyond his years. So I have to throw him in that mix of he really holds us together from a competitive standpoint.
Well, it's good that as the season rolls on, you have guys like that step up because, like you say, Neo can't be on the court for 32 minutes every night.
Yeah.
But you guys are, we've noticed too how involved the bench is. Mm-hmm. Just vocal and doing whatever needs to be done. And I know you guys have been telling those guys to do that, which is great. Yeah, it keeps them involved.
It does, and to me, that's a sign of a good culture. The culture is putting team success first over individual success or individual glories. And sometimes that's hard to do. I get it. But we have really humble kids who really love winning and love each other. And it's a brotherhood. And like I said, they're not perfect. They're not going to do, but at the end of the day, they love each other. And I've been overly proud of their ability to really still impact winning with us and stay engaged. And they practice hard every day. I mean, it's a great group.
What about your coaches? How are they doing? We haven't really talked about, Blakely and McClure and those guys. McClure came up to me the other night and said, "Man, I love games like that." He goes, "I know Cip hates them, but I love them."
Yeah. They're fun for a little bit, but they've been doing really good. Blakely, he's ready to be not ready. I mean, he's not like he wants to leave us, but he could be a head coach anytime now. He's grown as a coach and so smart and so analytical with the way he does stuff. McClure is like a son to me because I coached him, and just to see his growth from a basketball standpoint, it's really cool to see because I coached him his whole life, and everything I could just tell like he's my type of guy because like I've helped shape and mold him, and just to have him growing our JV group. I'm 100% confident when they turn into varsity basketball players, they're going to know our terminology, know how to play. They're going to know what it takes to win at that level. And he does a really good job of that. And Coach Olchek is Mr. Allen. And he's consistent and a great relationship builder. And just does a great job, not just with the freshman group, but also with our varsity. And Grizzle's a new guy that we're growing. And we've actually have 3 middle school guys who come and help us almost every day, and that's made a huge difference. Jalen Scott, who won state here in 18, he's going to be an amazing coach. I'm just trying to get him to stay and not leave me. But he's high energy. He gets coaching. He understands how to connect to kids. Just humble. He played professionally in Lithuania, played at a high level. He has zero ego. He just comes in and wants to help Allen win and really loves it here. And Vic Nair's been a head coach before, and his ability to come in and help us. And then Mikey, which is Coach O's son, he's growing as a coach and really learning, and he's willing to do anything he can to help our team win. And we've delegated a lot of stuff because we're able to do a little bit more having this many coaches. So Mikey has some of the scouting report duties. McNair has some of the scouting reports. So we've done a really good job of delegating and trying to grow those guys. And I used to not be in those shoes a few years ago when I was in Sulphur. My staff was starting to turn over because a guy would get a head job or a guy would leave to do something. And I used to be the young guy, so I never thought about I had to grow other coaches. Now as I get older, I feel a deep responsibility to really help these guys and mentor these guys and help them get to their goals and dreams. And just trying to find ways to do that.
Yeah, I think if, and I know you probably do, you probably throw Jalen Scott out on the court, because he can body up just better. Dude, he did not look like that when he played at Allen. I can tell you that. He didn't. No.
So we play in the men's league. Well, I pick up with the men's league, and we're all like 5'7" to like 6 foot, and we just shoot a bunch of threes, and we're small. And we're playing some guys of size, and I said, "Hey Jay, do you want to come play with us?" He came and he can hoop still. He was mixing it up, just bullying guys. So he still has it. The other day when we played McKinney Boyd, I made him be Benji. So he had to get in there and play in the post, and we had to double him. And it was cool to see him, get in the mix. And he'll always text me, "Coach, I need my shoes today." I'm like, "Yep, bring them. Come on." So it's fun to see that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's cool to see those guys come back too, because they scatter. Because like you say, basketball players, can play all over the world. And they go so many different places, and so it's nice to see some guys homegrown come back and be a part of what you got going on here. So
I almost feel like I've coached them. I love the guy. Literally, I was like, "Man, you're a TOE guy." So,
yeah, exactly. Well, I guess you never heard from our special guest, huh? Did he ever get back with you? Okay.
Oh, no, he just texted me. Look. I fell asleep. I forgot about it.
Oh, boy.
Nehemiah.
Okay. So
I locked in, my guy.
So are you going to hand out the discipline, or should we?
I'll take care of
it. Yeah, I know you will, but tell him to expect something from us too. So
I got you. I will.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get him on next week. We'll see if he can wake up. You can call him, wake him up, and we'll do that. So
if I know ahead of time, I'll get him up. I'll get him here.
Yeah. Coach, we appreciate it. Congrats on a 2-0 week. You're on Tuesday night. You got Friday night off. Isn't it your bye week? Yeah, Friday night.
It is. Yep.
Yeah. So no game Friday night, so nobody show up at the gym. So
we're going to be dividing and conquering scouting. So
yeah. So who are you going to scout? 5, 6A?
Yeah. One of us is going to go to the Coppell Braswell game. That could be a first round matchup. Sending, I think it's Braswell, Louisville, and then we're going to send somebody to Coppell. We're going to send somebody to South Grand Prairie, someone to North Crowley, someone to Arlington Martin, and someone to Lake Highlands. I haven't decided where I'm going to go yet. I'm going to wait till Tuesday to kind of see how it unfolds and maybe give us a little bit more clarity in that. But
we already know.
Here's a question.
Okay.
When y'all go scout, do you wear your Allen gear or do you go plain Jane?
No, I wear. They know who I am. Yeah,
okay.
It's a district game, so they're not fixing to hold anything back.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah, and I'll sit right across, and I'm just watching the coach the whole time to see if we can pick up any calls. Some coaches are really good at hiding stuff, and just trying to get a feel for who they are. Seeing them in person's a little different than seeing them on film. So if we can get our eyes on it, it just makes me feel better about that.
Well, as always, we appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you guys. So it's a blast.
Dude, it is. We love this, and we're glad we're doing it this year, and hopefully we can do it for years to come, as long as we're all awake at 7:30 on a Sunday night.
I have to keep bumping it up the older we get.
Yeah, we may. Yeah, David, what time?
Hey, let's don't talk about Dave.
Well, you are the senior leader in our.
Yes, I am. I just turned 68.
There you go. So,
Hey,
you're freaking old, man.
Yeah, I was watching basketball when they were throwing free throws underhand.
I've seen it all.
You gonna say something, Coach?
Oh, Coach O's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh,
All right. We'll have
Speaking
to-
of senior guys on the staff,
Yeah,
Coach Otis, yeah, he's the
he,
senior.
he is. Yeah, thanks for keeping him around, by the way.
Oh, I love him. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have him.
Yeah, he's great. Hello, dog. Sorry, my dog just came.
his
jumped in my
wife's
lap.
okay too.
Yeah.
No, she's better than him. That's why we keep him around. That's the only reason he's still with us. Yeah, she's the all-star. He's just a +1. I had to take him. I'll
I
tell him
can't
that.
wait till he hears this.
Yeah. Oh, he listens. He's gonna hear it.
I know he does.
He might
He's
be
gonna
listening live.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is it wasn't one of us that said it. It was you. So he won't come after us this week.
Truth hurts sometimes.
I know it. Grinning.
We'll be
bad.
getting a finger pointed at us like Neo going, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Exactly. Man, that was so funny because I swear he just came out. He came right to us. I was like, what?
Oh, he knows, yeah.
He was all over it. But we won't say anything bad about him for not showing up tonight. But we'll have a talk with him. So we'll get him. We'll get him. All right, buddy. Have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah,
Congrats
you
to
too. Thank you so much. See you
you.
guys.
Bet.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
have a
Good.
good one.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.
Man, that was so
Man.
sweet about all his assistant coaches. Too bad we're gonna have to cut all of it so they don't get poached.
Yeah, for real. And that's the thing. He's lost 2 in 4 years.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Now homeboy up in Sherman is getting waxed every week. I saw they got drilled. I like
Sherman's
Yeah,
bad at
they don't have-
sports.
As we
so,
both know from football, they just don't have the talent up there and there's no real driver or incentive to get people to move there either. Well, okay, let me back up a second. We do have that new plant that new chip plant's going to be starting up pretty quick. So maybe TI will get smart and bring some players' parents out there.
Have they opened that up yet, Cody? Do you know?
Yeah, phase 1's open.
Phase 1's open.
So they are starting production.
Yeah, I mean it's pre-production because those chip plants take forever to scale up, but yeah, it's technically open.
All right.
There's a lot of new builds and empty houses, so I think this summer we're going to see a lot of people move in.
Yeah. Nobody's
But,
moving right. This kind of
it's
way.
only a town of 50,000, so it's not like this is Plano or something. You don't have that deep of a talent pool.
Well, and its growth rate isn't Melissa Anna speed or Frisco speed yet either.
No,
So
it's not as
Yeah.
convenient as living in Melissa Arana. If you had a choice, where would you
Yeah.
rather live? If you're commuting to Dallas, this is not a good place to settle down.
no, it is not. It
Agreed.
is not. All right. Well, I ain't got anything else.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Hey, no.
I'm just
they
happy you
all-
said the right number at the top.
What do you mean?
The episode number.
Oh, 6? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you corrected me, so I made it. I made it number 6. So
Fixed your ways. Did you go
Yeah.
back and fix that episode?
no,
We
I
want to
need
do lunch. We want to do dinner, or do we just want to just meet at the game Tuesday?
I just made it the game for me. Yeah.
Nah.
So that'll be that. So Nolan, you and Kendall thinking about going? The Eagles?
We're thinking about it. I found
I got-
tickets.
I
What?
told Sherry, I said, man, I got a random question from Kendall last night. It turned into a whole discussion. So
I got to talk to her about it if she's serious. We've got that trip in July and to England and so
Yeah.
forth. Yeah, I'll ask her. I found tickets. What section y'all in? 425?
No, we're on the
No.
floor.
Are you really?
Well, we wanted to see it. We've been everywhere else, we know what it's like, and we just and plus they're not. March is the end of their time there, and I said, well, if you want to see Walsh up close, I said, let's do it. So we're on the 5th row, sitting right in front of Joe.
Ooh.
So we went and splurged, and
Yeah,
So
I was
we-
going to say that. Yeah, because I found 425 close to the back of the section, about where we were, for $535 a ticket.
Hmm.
And the floor alone is like right now. The floor alone is like $1,200 a piece.
Yeah, I mean, we'll tell you, we paid $828, so we paid on the fifth row. So, but we just wanted to see it differently, and
I hear you.
We got right in front of Joe too, so that was
fun.
Kind of cool. But yeah, we've got that extra room in the condo, so
okay.
It cost you like
I'll talk to her. And
$34 for your hotel, and you could walk to it.
Yeah, I know. I'll talk to her about it, and if she wants to do it, I'll get the tickets and I'll get with you and figure out flights and all that kind of what you booked, and we'll go from there.
All right, sounds good.
I'll let you know.
All right, see you.
Dude.
All right, later.